Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Ask Tari. Now today I'm going to be talking about the provincial nominee program as promised. Last time I did upload a video about the express entry and the score, this current CRS score for express entry is ranging from 470 to 472. And I know that a lot of people that are failing to meet the score and they are looking for alternative ways for them to get another more points, right? To get a higher mark in their CRS. So one of the ways you can improve your CRS score is to get a provincial nomination. Right. Now, the provincial nominee program is for workers who have the skills, education, and work experience to contribute to the economy of a certain province. And those people, they have to want to live in that province, and they also have to want to become permanent residents. So that's basically what the provincial nominee program is. Now, if you remember when we were calculating CRS score, like a projected CRS score, there is a point where most of us were replying no, where they were asking if you have a provincial nomination certificate from a province, where you have a job from a certain employer. We were saying no. Now, this provincial nominee program is the tool that will get you to say yes to that question in the CRS score tool, right? So for most of this video, we're going to be looking into my computer because I'm just going to be showing you the links, and then afterwards I'll upload the links in my video description so that you can look for yourselves and you can start hunting down for those provincial nominations. Now, before we continue, guys, I need to stress something to you. This whole process, it requires hard work. It requires research. It requires reading on your own, finding out how best you can get a provincial nomination, finding out which province you can qualify to, finding out which province is likely to give you a nomination. I cannot stress this enough. It's not going to be easy. It's not gonna be a situation where someone will just hand over a nomination to you. You need to work hard for it. You need to look at all the specific requirements of the provinces because they do have different requirements, right? And you need to find one that suits you. Another province might require that you have a relative that's in the same province that can sponsor you. Another province is going to require that you have a job offer. Another province is going to require that you have certain amount of funds in your account. So it all differs. So you need to look at all the provinces. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, so let's proceed to the computer. Okay, so as usual, the Government of Canada website is my favorite go-to website because it has all the information that you need. So it's canada.ca. That's the Government of Canada website. So I've already gotten to the page which is talking about the provincial nominee program, right? I hope you can see. So this program is for workers who have the skills, education, and work experience to contribute to the economy of a specific province or territory, and they want to live in that province and want to become permanent residents, right? So each province and territory has its own skill streams and requirements. For example, in a program stream, provinces and territories may target students, business people, skilled workers, and semi-skilled workers, right? So you just need to understand your application options. You will still need to do a medical exam and get a police check. So everyone must do these regardless of where you're going in Canada. Right. So there are two options. It's either you contact the province or territory and apply for a nomination, right? If they agree to nominate you, then you create an express entry profile entity, or you update your profile if you already have one and show you have been nominated, or you create an express entry profile first and then show the provinces that you are interested in. If then the province sends you a notification of interest, then you can contact them directly, right? So in both cases, you must meet the eligibility requirements of the province or territory, and then you must submit an express entry profile and show that you meet the minimum criteria for express entry. We have been through the express entry process before, right? So now, How to apply through express entry. This is where we want to come to. To be nominated by a province or territory, you must follow the instructions on their website and contact them directly. So there is Alberta, there is British Columbia, Manitoba, New Brunswick, Newfoundland and Labrador, Northwest Territories, Nova Scotia, Ontario, Prince Edward Islands, Saskatchewan, Yukon, right? So the province of Quebec does not have a provincial nomination program. They have got their own immigration website, and you can go there to learn more about the program. Quebec, they speak French. It's mainly French. So if you speak French and you want to settle for Quebec, then you can go with this link. So which one do we start with? Let's just pick a province here, which we can just look at. We'll probably just look at 1 or 2 provinces, and then the rest you guys can do for yourselves. Let's start with British Columbia, right? Oh, I actually had it open already on another tab. Okay, so you see, this is the website for British Columbia province. It has so much information about what you might want to know about British Columbia. You might want to read more about the province so that you know what you'd be getting yourself into, right? Choose BC. Why choose it? Explore it. Success stories. Immigrate to BC. You see, the provincial nominee program. Start your life in BC. First few days. Daily life. It talks about everything here. Careers, work study, employer resources, and all of that, right? Resources for potential immigrants, international students, all of this. You can just read about it. Like I said, this immigration process needs you to read widely and yeah, just to help yourself. Right. So we need to scroll now and find out which link we're going to click in order to, so we do this one. It's the BC PNP pathways. See if you qualify to apply through skills immigration, express entry, or the entrepreneur immigration pathway. We know what we're looking for. We want the express entry one, right? So we want this one. We want express entry, BC. We click. You have to look for this information. It's there on the internet. You just need to find it. Right. So, do you have the skills to fill a high demand occupation in British Columbia? The express entry stream of the British Columbia Provincial Nominee Program connects to the federal express entry system. It's a faster way for eligible skilled workers to gain permanent residence in BC. So you find that there is EEBC skilled worker, there is healthcare professional, there is international graduate, international postgraduate, right? So for this one, we come here. This is how we all managed to come here, to move here. We went on the internet, we went on the Government of Canada website, and we all had discussions with our friends, our workmates, and would go on the websites and search for this information to just find the best way for us to move. Right. British Columbia's growing economy requires skilled workers in high demand occupations. The express entry skilled worker category of the BC Provincial Nominee Program is a faster way to gain permanent residence in BC. To qualify, you must first accept a valid job offer from a BC employer. Already, that's one. Valid job offer. You also need relevant training and experience, right? So, am I eligible? 1. You should have received an express entry profile number and a job seeker validation code, right? So guys, most of us already have this, right? What we don't have is this. You should have accepted a full-time indeterminate job offer from a BC employer, right? And the job must be in the NOC and skilled occupation type 0, level A or B. And you must qualify to work in your job in BC. You must have at least 2 years of directly related work experience. You must show you can support yourself and your dependents, proof of funds. Okay? You must have or be eligible for legal immigration status in Canada. you must meet minimum language requirements. You see it's highlighted here. You can click there and find out what the minimum language requirements are. You must have a wage offer in line with BC wage rates for the occupation. That means if you get the job, the wage offer must be in line with the wage rates. Your employer must also be eligible. View the employer requirements. You see, all the information is there. How does it work? To start the process, please create a profile with our online application and registration system. After submitting your registration, you will receive a score based on your skills and your job. Periodically, we invite people with the highest scores to apply through the British Columbia Provincial Nomination Program, right? So that's basically it. The site will just guide you and you just know what to do, right? This one is talking about the steps to gaining PR through the express entry, right? Get an overview of the registration and application process for the express entry stream of the BC Provincial Nomination Program. Step 1, registration. Step 2, invitation. Stage 3, application. Stage 4, nomination. You see, they will be telling you everything. So guys, I really just require you guys to go through all of this and read. You will find the answers that you're looking for if you go through this link, right? So that's British Columbia for you. Let's try to look at another province and see what we can find. Let's try Nova Scotia. There we go. Ooh, this looks attractive. Okay. Once you're ready to move to beautiful Nova Scotia, you want to apply to a Nova Scotia nominee program stream. So you kind of need to search for these things. Within 6 months of receiving your nominee certificate, apply to IRCC for your PR visa. You, your spouse, and your dependents must all meet requirements for medical security and criminal admissibility. This is a given for everybody, right? You need to meet these requirements. Now we need to find out what we need in order to get a provincial nomination from Nova Scotia, right? Right. Nova Scotia Express Entry Stream selects highly skilled individuals who wish to live in Nova Scotia permanently. Applicants must have a good chance of quickly finding a job in Nova Scotia's labor market, right? So applications will only be accepted online. There is category A for applicants with a job offer. Category B for applicants with experience in an opportunity occupation. I'm not sure what this means, but they're saying that the category is closed. So category A. To apply under category A, you must have a profile registered, right? You must score 67 points or more on the stream's 6 selection factors. You must have a job offer from a Nova Scotia employer for full-time skilled work that lasts at least 1 year after your PR visa is issued. You must have 1 year of skilled work experience related to the job, which means those that don't have 3 years work experience from back home, they can take advantage of this. Have a Canadian high school credential or equivalent. That means that you can do your WES World Educational Services. Remember, we did a video on WES, so don't despair when you see this line. You must prove language ability in English or French at a Canadian language benchmark of 7. This is quite low considering Express Entry wants CLB 9. This is CLB 7, which means you should be having 6s in all bands. Show enough financial resources to successfully settle in Nova Scotia. And then category B, which is closed right now. You must be in one of the target occupations. You must have a profile registered. You must score 67 points. You must have, this one is easy. Category B is the easiest because you don't need a job offer. So what you will need, your homework is to find out when category B opens, because this is the one that you want. So you need to just apply online, right? So guys, you just need to work with these websites. You just need to find relevant information that you want. Help yourself to help yourself. Let's try another province. Which one do we try? This one. I know of 40-year-olds, 45-year-olds who have moved to Canada because they boosted their points using PNP. So don't despair if you're much older. If you've got a job, education, skills, which they are really looking for in a certain province, you can immigrate to Canada. Nice. Okay, let's see what this one is saying. This one doesn't look very user-friendly. So this one, it offers you a way to immigrate to Canada through the SINP, Saskatchewan, right? Invites residency applications from non-Canadians who want to make Saskatchewan, I don't know how to pronounce this, their home, and nominate successful applicants to the federal government so that they gain PR in Canada. So let's see how to apply for this one. There are 3 SINP program categories you can apply to. There's international skilled worker. There is, this one doesn't apply to us because we're not in there. So we deal with this one, international skilled worker, right? Okay, so let's click on this first. Through this category, the SINP can nominate skilled workers. What? They look at your education, skilled work experience, and English language ability. So, view your points to determine if you're eligible to apply. You need a minimum score of 60 points out of 100 to apply. If you have an employment offer and meet the eligibility requirements, please see International Skilled Worker Employment Offer. If you have an express entry profile number and meet the eligibility criteria below, please see International Skilled Worker. If you meet the criteria below but do not have an employment offer or an express entry number, please see this link, right? So there's so many options depending on your situation, right? So you need to look at all these. This is how you're determining your points. Remember, you need 60 points. So if you have a master's or doctorate degree, you get 23 points. If you've got a bachelor's degree or a 3 or more year degree program, you get 20 points. If you've got a trade certification, this is for artisans, you get 20 points, you know? So, and then work experience, if you have 5 years, 10 points, right? Language ability, see, CLB 8 and higher, 20. So if you have the express entry language, you automatically have 20. If you have French, see your points. And then maximum points for factor 1, I think 70. And then connection to Saskatchewan labor market and adaptability. High skilled employment offer. You see, if you've got an employment offer, then 30. So it's in your best interest to look for jobs, guys. And then if you've got a close family relative, I like this province because it's one of the easier ones, especially if you have a relative, right? So the applicant or accompanying spouse has a family relative that is a Canadian citizen or PR. This includes parent, sibling, grandparent, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, cousin, and step family members or in-laws of the same relationships. The family members in Saskatchewan must meet the requirements as listed under requirements. And this is a whopping 20 marks, 20 points. There's also points if you have worked there before, if you were a student there before. So you see, these are the 100 points. In my opinion, I think this is the easier one for This is the easier province for us. So please check it out. Look into this one, this province. One of my cousins is actually looking into this province. I only wish I was in that province. She would have gotten some points because of me. But unfortunately, I'm in Ontario. So you see, there are all these provinces. So just look into these provinces and try to see if you meet the requirements. Don't grow tired, guys. Just be patient, be calm, read everything, don't leave anything out, don't despair, don't give up. I remember initially when I started the Canada process, I wasn't serious at first. It took me about another year before I started doing it again. I was not very serious. I would read and I would just read on the surface. I would not read to understand. I would just read looking for something easy, and when it wasn't easy, I would just give up and think, well, you know what, it's so impossible to go to this country. Imagine trying to read about WES and English tests and getting your certificates, and I was thinking this is so difficult because I didn't even want to think about it. So guys, I urge you, it's up to you. It's your life, it's your future. I wish you all the best, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. If you learned something, if you have any questions, please write them in my bio, and we'll see if we can make another video if this one wasn't clear enough for you. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time.